I'm delighted to be here with Kansas City Chiefs legend Dustin Colquitt. We've got a fantastic event here today. Tell me all about it.
Oh man, this has been fun watching these girls run around. We were talking up there, some of the athletic ability. You can tell they're former soccer players, play a bunch of sports, and to watch them play for their countries here today in Tottenham Stadium here in London, brilliant. So much fun.
Absolutely. And the German team is representing the Kansas City Chiefs. Have you been excited watching them play? Have you seen any talent in that team?
Yeah, absolutely. I have a couple of videos on my phone of touchdowns and really long passes. We have a very athletic quarterback. If you haven't been watching, I'm just going for a good match here. I don't want to go for the home country. I'm in a bit of a war right here, but it's been fun watching all the girls come out here compete from the 6 different countries. So having a lot of fun today.
I can imagine. And this sport is just getting bigger and bigger and bigger. It's going to the Olympics in LA. I mean, some of these girls could end up playing at the Olympics.
Yeah, rightfully so. And it's actually the fastest growing sport in the world. And so it's fun that the Olympic Committee voted on it, brought it in, and now this is like the grassroots movement of girls flag football, which is fun to watch them do that and be able to compete for their countries at the biggest level in the world.
100%. We know you love this sport. How big do you see it going?
Oh, big. I mean, if it's an Olympic sport now, you're going to see more leagues and more competitiveness pop up all over the globe. And so anything for girls athletics, I think it's cool. I already said a couple of these girls you can watch like hip wise where they're rolling. They could be cornerbacks. I mean, they got the athletic traits for it. So I'm excited for these ladies.
100%. You've had an amazing career. I want to talk all about it, getting drafted for the Kansas City Chiefs. And I believe that came about incredibly, weirdly, because of Chuck Norris's wife.
Oh yeah, so yeah, the origin of that story is me and my wife were dating. They asked if I was going to bring anybody in Kansas City with me, or if I'm just coming alone. They want to know like everything about you, and so I was like, yeah, I'm actually bringing Christy Brinkley, and they were like, wait, what? And they're like, so they're all laughing, and I'm like, they're like, after the combine, Frank Gance Jr. basically was like, hey, I knew that you had the talent watching at Tennessee, but we have to spend a lot of time with you guys, and that you have a sense of humor. I think it's great. I mean, that's Chuck Norris's wife that you're saying. And I said, oh, no. Christia Brinkley. Brinkley is her. And he was like, I misunderstood you. I thought you were just making a joke.
And it all worked out. You've had so many big achievements, winning the Super Bowl. Tell me about the memory from the moment you got up to the moment you went to sleep, because I imagine the game must have been crazy and the celebrations must have been even crazier.
Yeah, and I think the reality of that, once Andy Reid got to town in 2013, you win 9 straight games and you just keep building year after year. You start acquiring different players through the draft, which, John Dorsey in the beginning and then Brett Veach now was brilliant at bringing guys that have the collective goal of competing for championships every year. And so finally, once Mahomes kind of took over and we had that 2019 AFC championship where we got to hoist the Lamar Hunt trophy in the same building. It hadn't been done in 50 years. So that was an out-of-body experience. And then the next game, obviously, is the Super Bowl. So you put your head down, you get to work, do everything you've been doing all year, and we were managed to punch our ticket, come from down 10, and end up winning in Miami 31-20 against a very good San Francisco 49ers team. And so just really a dream come true.
Absolutely. It's an exceptional achievement for you. And throughout your NFL career, you've made so many fantastic friends, including the great Paul Rudd. I know you used to party in his basement. I think he has a bar in there. So tell me about your stories and memories of Paul Rudd.
Oh, man, he's great. And he's one of the Chiefs super fans. He lived in, his mom was, 7 or 8 houses down from us in Overland Park, Kansas when we were living there. And his late father, before he passed, he had spent a lot of time building this massive bar in their basement where they wanted friends and family and karaoke. He was a Titanic fanatic, and Paul is just like his father in that sense. Really lovely family. He actually does a lot of work over here in London, just with movies and stuff like that. So he's a big fan. I call his mom Mama G. She's my Kansas City mother. She's from here. And so just a great family and a good friend.
You've played with some amazing players, also played against some tough players. Who do you think is the most difficult player you've ever had to play against?
Yeah, I mean, in my specific position, Joshua Cribbs, Darren Sproles, Travis Benjamin. I mean, we had punt returners, Devin Hester from the Chicago Bears, and he's a Hall of Fame guy. Those guys are faster than me, stronger than me, can hit harder than me. And so my job for our punt team was to hit it as high as I can and try to keep it away, because those guys, once they get loose, it's a touchdown.
Yeah, and you've obviously had so many incredible memories. It was weird. I was speaking to Eric Coleman yesterday. He was telling me all about his faith, and I know you have a very strong faith too. How integral has that been throughout your career?
Yeah, big time. I think I'm Catholic, and I'm seeing just loads and loads of Catholic churches here in Dublin, and being overseas, it's been great to kind of sneak in, dip into a mass. I think the one thing about Jesus is he's never changing. He's always the same, and so when you go to him, you bend a knee and you reflect on what you have going on in your life and raising up kids in this world. I know that's the one true rock that you can kind of really stand firm on. I love sport. I love football, soccer. Since a little kid, that was my first love, but really my faith brought me through all of the little storms that I've been in my life.
That's fantastic. And you've been able to use that to achieve so many fantastic things. We've talked about some of your amazing stories there, from Paul Rudd to winning the Super Bowl. What do you think is the craziest memory from your sporting career?
I think it's got to be it has to be in Kansas City for the AFC Championship. You know, the Super Bowl is massive, and it'll always be that, you know, first chapter in my sporting world. But really, that AFC match, when you spend 15 years in one place, and the last year you finally get to bring a trophy back to a building that has such a lovely family, the Hunt family. I got to watch all of their kids grow up, like as I was a player, holding them on the sidelines when they were little kids. And so that was a special moment for Chiefs Kingdom all over the world, when we got to bring that trophy back in that building and present it to the fans, who were hysterical, crying and celebrating. And it was really
Something's happened.
Yeah. I was like, wow, it's getting rough out here. But it was fun bringing that and having a parade in Kansas City for the first time in 50 years. It was wonderful.
Dustin, thank you so much for giving me some time. I really appreciate it. But before I let you go, is there anything else that you'd like to mention?
I've been over here for 2 weeks. As a kid, I was a soccer player, obviously, in America, and I really wanted to play in the EPL. It was always a dream. So the first time that I walked into one of these stadiums, Wembley in 2015, Tottenham in 2021, it really kind of like finished a goal of mine, is playing in one of these stadiums in front of these passionate fans. So it's been an awesome two-week trip.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Dustin. Thank you.